winch in the wind.
The last episode of Wild Child saw us sailing south off the Georgia coast out of Charleston, South Carolina, heading towards Florida. We're about 8 miles offshore and sailing conditions are good. So we're night sailing and the winds were 8 knots. Now they've picked up to kind of 15. We're going 7 knots again. In the dark, it's never a good idea to be caught with too much sail out. So we have almost full Jenny. We have almost full Jenny up in the light winds, which is too much sail. If it gusts to 18 or 20 and it's at 15, 16 now. When you're night sailing, you don't want to get caught overpowered alone on the helm, so we're going to try and reef it in. It's always safer to go slower and more conservative at night. Michelle's wrapping the, you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Just need a winch.
Handle. Using the running backstay winch, what we do is this is the furling line for the Jenny. There's the front lock for it. There's the double back lock. What we do is we put the furling line for the Jenny on the running backstay winch and use it to winch it in, and then we just ease off the sheet to take the tension off the sail. We've now reduced it to about 60% Jenny and 1 reef in the main. So with this configuration, we can handle 20 to 22 knots of wind comfortably. We're not expecting more than 20. We're only at 15, 16 now, but if we get gusted, hopefully it won't be painful and the boat won't lay over. Especially since our wind angle is between 60 and 70 degrees into the wind. When the wind is sideways like that, if you get gusted too strong or from the side, it lays your boat down. And nobody wants to be on a boat laying down in the dark. And there's our helmsman. Say hi to the camera.
Hi. So, we just passed the border of Georgia State. So, making big progress. We're south, but it's still cold.
It's less cold though. It's probably 8 degrees out Celsius, which is better than 0.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we are getting into warmer air.
Yeah, we're going well now. It's 13 over 6.1. And gold 60, perfect.
Say good night.
Good night. Oof, that was a long shift.
So it's changing of the watch. Michelle just did like a 6-hour shift or something. Well, I got to be the princess downstairs relaxing. It is 9:40 at night. We are off the coast of Georgia. There's quite a bit of traffic out here. Conditions are calm. Sailing conditions are perfect. 87 degrees to the wind at 10 knots of wind, doing 6.6 knots of speed. Single reef in the main, and we have about 60% Jenny out. I mean, Wild Child could be doing 8 knots right now, but in the dark, you don't want to be overpowered. So, welcome to the night shift. Night watches on the ocean are both boring and terrifying at the same time. You're flying in total darkness and blind, praying that the ocean really is empty in front of you. You're tired and the dancing lights in the cockpit do funny things in your mind. It's easy to hallucinate, but you just stay focused, listen to your podcasts, and keep going. Well, this is Wild Child at night. She's a good girl. 12.9 over 6.3, wind angle about 70 degrees. We have only 60% Jenny out. We have only 60% Jenny out in a single reef in the main, and we're still doing 6 knots in 12. What do you do on a night shift? You watch videos. I'm gonna try and show you the water rushing by. It's a dark night. There's no moon out. The ocean is an awesome place. This is one of the best night sails we've had so far. The sounds of the water rushing by The sounds of the waves breaking, I mean, they're just little waves, I'm not complaining, is just awesome. It's an intense experience. And this is night sailing. I don't know if any of those shots came through, but it's cold out. I'm in 4 sweaters and a jacket, but I'm not completely hooded up. It's probably 5 degrees Celsius, 12 over 6.5. The waves are less than a foot. We're on, I don't know, starboard tack. We're forward of the beam, so you got to keep an eye out for white lights. You got to turn on the radar every so often. Turn on your floods, watch for traffic, pay attention, adjust your wind angles, adjust your sail. It makes you tired. This is a good sail because we don't have rail in the water and we actually have favorable winds. This is one of the nicer ones. Usually the rail's in the water, the winds are unfavorable, you're pounding it through 4 and 6 foot waves. But today, actually, it's kind of intense out here, and I don't know what to say. It's breathtaking, I guess. Bye, guys. Well, it is 5:49 a.m. The good news is I think we're almost in the state of Florida. St. Mary's entrance that we want to get into is only 10 miles ahead, and the winds are beginning to die as forecast. So we're at 8 over 4, and the winds are coming behind the beam. So Lexi's on watch. Michelle just did a 5-hour shift from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. so he did 4 hours. And I sent him downstairs to sleep. I'm on watch, the usual, watching movies on the laptop. But the wind is dying, so we are going to release more Jenny to maintain our speed. The good news is the ocean is calm. I don't know if you can see the waters, but they're beautifully calm, and we love calm. But, you know, I have only about 60% Jenny out. I'm gonna let a little more, because we have 10 miles left to go to get to the St. Mary's entrance. And, you know, it'll be daylight in an hour or two. So in 2 hours we want to get 10 miles. I think that light in the distance actually is not the bright one, but there's one to the left. I think that's St. Mary's entrance there. This might be our nicest, calmest ocean sail we've ever had. Usually they're pounding it through big waves and swell and quite sporty. This one's actually calm. Yay for calm. No matter what anybody tells you, night shifts are always long. You're always grateful to see the sunrise again. And ahead as the sun rises, the St. Mary's Channel entrance. It's exactly on the border between Georgia and Florida, so it looks like we've done a good job. We've skipped the state of Georgia. WildChild is sailing along beautifully, 10 over 5 at a wind angle of 122 degrees just behind the starboard beam, and the ocean is calm. And I'm still watching movies on the laptop at the helm to pass the time as the day breaks. There are beautiful moments on the ocean where you just have to breathe it in and enjoy. Making slow and calm miles on the ocean are the best type of ocean miles to make. Morning, Pumpkin. How was your sleep?
Oh my goodness, it was warm. Can you imagine? We're in Georgia.
Florida. We're in Florida. St. Mary's is at the tip of Florida.
We're in the tip of Florida. Look the way I'm dressing. It's been 200 years it didn't have cold like that. I will use that word and we'll put the balance. What the fuck is that? We're in Florida.
We're in Florida now. We skipped Georgia. Yay, Florida! Yay! Why is it so freaking cold?
Fuck! It's cold.
It's cold.
Oh.
Good morning, guys. As you can see, the sun is rising behind us. We're approaching St. Mary's entrance in Florida. It's about 26 miles north of Jacksonville, Florida. This is honestly probably the calmest and nicest ocean sail we've ever had. And the wind forecasts were actually accurate, which never happens. But all the wind we saw was basically what was predicted. For a couple hours it got higher than predicted, but how rare is that? And sailing in nice conditions, although it's freezing cold and we're bundled up like crazy, sailing in nice weather is not so bad. Maybe I don't hate sailing so much when the conditions are good. It's that we've had 3 months of miserable sailing, freezing cold, nasty waves constantly with lows through. But now as we get more south, the waters are calmer and we picked a good weather window. So we're gonna go in. We're actually gonna probably stay at a marina tonight because we're exhausted, and then we'll see what we'll do from there. Yay, Florida, yay!
Honey, you tricked me. We're in Florida. Oh my goodness. I smell the island. And maybe they won't have snow this year.
Yeah, that's Florida sunshine on your face, and even though it's like 5 degrees Celsius, you are
so
technically in
nice.
Florida.
Oh, we're in Florida. Oh, good
20
job.
25 miles north of Jacksonville, Florida.
Wow.
Friendly than Jacksonville, which is a naval base with few marinas and no place to anchor. This place is a lot smaller river and more friendly.
So let's see if there's dolphin on the bow.
No dolphins, but the sailing is lovely. Let's go find our way to shore somewhere's over there. When we find the St. Mary's entrance channel markers, we drop the sails, switch to motor, and make our way in. I realized we never filmed the dropping of the sails because it takes both of us to do it. Michelle's just up tiding it in the Happy Pack now. We're in, I don't know, Ferdinanda. Here's what I really want to show you guys. Trees are green.
Another victim of hurricane. That's sad. Feel of dream on the beach. Another one. Sad.
It seems like this place has been clobbered by a
Wow.
hurricane. There's a lot of damage still. WildChild makes her way into a side river near this industrial place. I think it was called the St. Mary's River. we drop the hook and call it a day. 140 nautical miles of easy sailing with an accurate forecast done the easy way. We should do this more often.